We've had 4 total Pokemon make Gigantamax debuts in Pokemon Go. But what Pokemon can Gigantamax and how many of them are there? And what is the strategy behind what do we do with these Pokemon as they are rolling out? Well, in today's video, we're gonna cover that. So welcome to the Trainer Club, here we go. Gigantamax has made a big splash into Pokemon Go. Some people are fans, some people struggled, some people see them as a not fun system, some people see them as a fun system. And everybody's comments and feelings are just, because I can see all sides of the picture, including them kind of being silly since we've ran through all these Pokemon already and now it's like reintroducing in a completely new game, to all the way to the, like the fact that they are kind of cool and they have a little bit more strategy and they are more challenging. And I think that's something that the game has been lacking for quite some time. And so this makes this a fun experience. However, what I don't want you guys to do is do what kind of already started to happen in the game, where we had the Dynamax, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and then the Dynamax, Sobble, Scorbunny, and Grookey. And then it's like the next weekend it's like, hey, by the way, there are Gigantamax is coming out, and you can Gigantamax Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, and you're like, oh, cool, I got the Charmander. No. What we mean is like, you have to re-raid for this Pokemon because the Dynamaxes don't Gigantamax. And it's like, wait, what? So, okay, hold on a second. So you're telling me you released a new system and then a new system right after that, and the new system can't go into the newest system. Okay, well that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what we have to do is be strategic about where we are gonna put our resources in this game. So in today's video, we're gonna go over all the Gigantamax Pokemon because those Pokemon are kind of like the king pawns. They're the legendaries of this type of battle. Right? So we want to make sure that we're out here with these Pokemon and we're not as focused on these lesser Pokemon and investing into those Pokemon. But I will say that those Pokemon can become useful in these other ones, such as the Beldum, extremely useful from Metagross, because Metagross can get Zen Headbutt, which is going to be a psychic quick move, and it can also get a steel fast move. And so what that means for us is that, remember, Dynamax Pokemon will Dynamax, and whatever quick move they have on that Pokemon, they will get the Dynamax moveset to match. So I can run Metagross with either Psychic, which helped against Gengar, or I could run it with Steel, which would help against like a Fairy-type Pokemon. Or the Gigantamax Pokemon, while they do Gigantamax, they only get one specific G-Max moveset. So what I am gonna tell you guys is that certain Dynamax Pokemon, as they come out, I may tell you guys, hey, this Pokemon is worth it because of this. Or, hey, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, not worth it. We already have the Gigantamaxes out. I hope they come back again. I unfortunately had a wedding that weekend, so I wasn't able to do as much as I would have liked to. I would have at least liked to be able to get one of each. I got the Blastoise and the Charizard. I did not get the Venusaur. And then on top of that, these Gigantamax Pokemon are already at their lowest move strength, as strong as the highest move strength of a Dynamax Pokemon. So if I took my Metagross's Dynamax move all the way to tier 3 and I pulled in one Gigantamax Pokemon at a G-Max move level 1 and I didn't level it up, that move would be just as strong as my Metagross move. Obviously the level of the Pokemon matters, but that's something else to take into consideration. So what I'm gonna do in today's video is I'm gonna go over all the Gigantamax Pokemon starting right now. I'm gonna tell you their movesets, and then I'm also gonna tell you some of those Pokemon that will be very, very good to be able to get. And obviously the goal overall is to have enough Gigantamax Pokemon that when other Pokemon come out, the Gigantamax can just wipe these Pokemon clean. So starting off at the top, we have the Charizard with the Wildfire G-Max move. Then we're gonna have the Butterfree, which is gonna get a bug move. Then we're gonna have Pikachu, which is gonna get Volt Crash. We will have Meowth, which will get Gold Rush, which is a normal move. And then we'll have Machamp, a fighting move. That's gonna be Max Chi Strike. So right off the bat, guys, if we're looking at these Pokemon, Charizard is always a great Pokemon to have. It's gonna be extremely strong and it does a lot of damage. So that is a positive portion of that Pokemon. And then also this Machamp with the Chi Strike is gonna be lethal coming up in a lot of situations where this one works well. So obviously we're gonna have to wait and be patient because these Pokemon are gonna get slowly rolled out over time, but our strategy is gonna build as these do come. Then we have G-Max Gengar with the Max Terror that we've already seen. We have the Kingler with the Foam Burst. We're gonna be getting the Lapras with the G-Max Resonance. Okay, so when we're looking at the Lapras, I was thinking that maybe it could get an Ice move, but it doesn't. Its G-Max move is gonna be a Water move, so you are gonna be comparing that Pokemon to the Blastoise. The other thing that you have to remember is that these Pokemon do have unique typings. And so as Pokemon come out, there might be a situation where a Lapras with a water and a ice typing would be more suited to battle against a Pokemon. So most of these Pokemon do have use. Some Pokemon are going to be obviously more useful than others. Then we're going to get the G-Max Eevee that's going to have Cuddle, and then the Snorlax, which is going to have G-Max Replenish. And so Snorlax is obviously a tankier Pokemon. This is a normal move, so most Pokemon will be getting hit by it by neutrally, but a cool Pokemon to have. Then we will have the Garbodor that gets the poison move of Malador. We'll get the Melmetal that's going to get G-Max Meltdown. And so the Melmetal might be the replacement for the Dynamax Metagross at some point. But since Metagross is already a pseudo-legendary, which means it's pretty much a legendary Pokemon that you can catch in the wild, great thing for that. Dual typing, already good. I already feel good about maxing out that specific Pokemon with his movesets. I don't think that at some point I'll ever be like, I can't use this Pokemon, because I think it will always be useful. And fortunately, I did get the hundo. We have the Corviknight with Flying and Steel. That's going to get a flying move of Wind Rage. Then we'll get the Orbeetle. That will get Gravitas. Then we're going to get the Dreadnought. Dreadnought is pretty cool. It's going to be a Water-Rock type combination. It's going to get Stone Surge. Then we're going to get Colossal Rockfire. That's going to get the Rock move of Vocalith. Then we're going to get the Grass Dragon, Flapple, and Appleton. That's going to get Tartness and Sweetness. That Pokemon is pretty cool because it's a Grass Dragon combination. So there are some really cool, unique combinations already here. The Colossal, that's going to be a Rock Fire combination. That's going to get a Rock move. So I'm definitely seeing that Pokemon to be one of the top to be able to have. And then we get the Sandaconda. That's going to be a Ground type Pokemon with Max Sandblast. So there is going to be another option for having like the G-Max Groudon coming into play. Then we are getting at Toxtricity. That's going to get G-Max Stun Shock, which is going to be electric. Then we're going to get Scorch. That's going to get the fire move of Centiferno. We're going to get Hatterini, which is going to get the G-Max Smite, which is going to be a fairy move. Then we're going to get Grimmsnarl, which will be Dark and Fairy. That's going to get G-Max Snooze. And Alchemy, which is a fairy, that's going to get G-Max Finale. So just by those last three Pokemon, we're looking at 2 fairy type Pokemon and a dark type Pokemon. Man, I actually am excited to see some of these Pokemon making their way into the G-Max system. And now that like a lot of these Pokemon are kind of newer too, right? Like not all these Pokemon are completely debuted, maxed out and whatever. It kind of makes sense as to why it's getting released right now, even though, you know, obviously seeing the Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur was a little bit of a sour taste in our mouth. Then we're gonna get Copperajah, which is going to be Max Steel Surge, which is a cool Pokemon looking. Then we're gonna get Duraludon. That's gonna be the Dragon G-Max Depletion. And so that will be the only G-Max Dragon move. That's exciting. And then finally, the newer added, which is gonna be the Venusaur that we had, which is going to be the Vine Lash. We did get the Blastoise with the Cannonade. We got the Rillaboom. That's going to get Drum Solo. What a cool Pokemon. We got the Cinderace, which is going to do Fireball. We got Urshifu fighting Dark, which is going to get One Blow. That's a Dark move. And then we got Fighting Water combination that is going to give a Water move of Rapid Flow. So those are all of the Gigantamax Pokemon that are going to be making their way into the game. So as far as these Pokemon and what's going to be very useful for us, the Duraludon is going to be amazing because of its Steel and Dragon combination. That means it's going to have a ton of resistances, similar, think of Dialga, and it's going to get a Dragon G-Max move. And we've already got the Gigantamax Gengar, which is going to be a hard-hitting Pokemon. And we also have in the future the Machamp, which is going to be a fighting type. And as these Pokemon do come out and come out more frequently, we will check out which is going to be stronger. And if these Pokemon are based off Pokemon Go stats, which they probably should, the Gigantamax Rillaboom will be the strongest grass type in the game from the Gigantamax system, which is another Pokemon to look out for. And let's not forget about the Colossal that's going to have a rock move, and the Hatterini, Grimmsnarl, and Alchemy, which is going to be dark and fairy type. So guys, there's a lot of cool G-Max Pokemon coming out. I'm very excited about this, but these are all the ones that you need to know right now. And as we do know what's coming in the future, I will start helping you guys build out counters, what you're gonna power up, but most importantly, focus on getting G-Max Pokemon. And even if you just have to trade for a regular one and power it up to level 40 for 140,000 Stardust as a lucky Pokemon, not even going to level 50, it will be worth it, because remember guys, as you get higher in levels, there becomes an exponential curve where it's like, when I'm powering up a Pokemon, it's a reverse exponential curve where it's like big CP gain and power gain. Then it's like pretty big, pretty big, pretty big. Level 40 is like here, and then level 50 kind of like really tears off where it becomes extremely expensive, but you're not really getting as much out of. So there we go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know which of these Pokemon you're most excited about, and don't forget that the Toxtricity is coming out in the Go Wild event. So thank you guys for being here as always. Love and appreciate you guys. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody take your support, subscription, and participation to XL. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.